Hey, it's Poochie. Welcome back. If you're here for the first time, welcome to the channel. We appreciate you being here. This is going to be a what sold video. So not only am I going to do what sold on our main eBay account, I'm also going to show you what has sold recently on our Poshmark account. I'll give you an idea of what we paid for items, what our profit's going to be, and I'll also tell you or show you a little trick where you can figure out your profit exactly for each item you sell on eBay. So let's get into it. All right, everybody, we're going to get right into the video. I'm going to show you what sold on eBay recently. So I'm going to show you some stuff that sold well. I'm going to show you some stuff that sold not so well. I'm going to tell you what took a little longer to sell, what we sold right away, what to look for, what to pass on. And as always, the most important thing in reselling, I stress this over and over and over again. You want to get what people want, and you want to get it at the right price. If you get something like a $50 shirt and you pay $30 for it, not going to work. So buying at the right price is extremely important. Let's get into it. Wrangler George Strait shirt. We sell not so many of these. We don't find them that often. They used to go a lot better, not so well anymore. It's a really nice print, nice shirt. It only sold for $12. Now, keep in mind, we make a little bit on the shipping in order to pay for our promoted listings, and it might, or part of our promoted listings, or all of our promoted listings. It just depends on how much we make on the shipping. So, sold for $12. Now, I will say probably we paid a couple bucks for this. The max we ever pay for anything with sales tax is about $4.50. So, this was $4.50. And let me tell you why I accepted an offer of $12 and sold it so cheap. Well, this number means we're on, I think, 23000 now. So this is an old item. We've had it for a long time, and hey, it's time to move it. We made some money on it. We didn't make the minimum $10 or $15 profit that we like to make on every single item, but it's sold. It's out of here. So on to the next. This is a J. Jill shirt. The thing about J. Jill is we have started only buying the plus sizes on J. Jill, the larger sizes, because the smaller sizes just don't sell for as much as we like items to bring. This sold for $13. This, again, we've had it for a long time. Also, the J. Jill we've had for even longer. So that's why we let it go at $13. And for that item, $13 is not that great. Not that bad of a price because it's not an oversized J. Jill, even though it's got a nice paisley pattern. This is a brand we are no longer picking up, Canyon Guide Outfitters. It's a nice shirt, but we no longer pick them up. That was probably a bins find. $10 is what it sold for. This I got at Goodwill, normal store, $4.50. We'll make money on shipping. Sold for $20. Sold pretty quickly too. As did this one, the skeleton sweater. Now I want to show you the keywords that we use, because keywords are how people search on eBay sometimes. They'll look for log and look, or they'll look for Y2K, or they'll look for gothic, grunge, okay? So let me show you on the FootJoy first, okay? AOP, flower, right? You want to say AOP if it's an all-over print. Spandex, a lot of people like spandex as a material. Golf, polo. This is great keywords, right? We have bone, skeleton, okay? Probably just should have said skeleton, but grunge, gothic, goth, okay? Pullover. So a lot of people in different parts of the country use different words for things. Like, let's say shopping cart, okay? Here There, I think they call it a bug or a stocking cap back on the West Coast. And here they call it a beanie. I think up in like Kentucky, West Virginia, they call it a toboggan. So sweaters are not only called sweaters, sometimes they're called pullovers. Okay, so you want to make sure if you're listing a sweater or a sweatshirt that you use the keyword pullover, because a lot of people will search for that. So that we got at the bins. It paid maybe $2 for it. It sold for $20. Sold pretty quickly too. Had a lot of watchers on that. Tropical tantrum dress. You can't really see it, but it's very pretty with the butterfly and the dragonfly hair. So whimsical, whimsy goth, whimsy core, I think are keywords. I don't know. I don't know all the keywords. So that sold for $25.55 and it sold pretty quick. This is a Hendrick shirt. This is those motorsports, Hendrick Motorsports. It's a NASCAR. We sell a lot of the stuff, but we don't sell it for very much. This, is a quarter zip shirt or sweater, and it sold, or jacket, whatever, and it sold for $15, whatever you want to call it. This is a Macintosh by Weatherfare jacket, the trench coat. I will show you. It has a plaid, not sure, it's kind of weird because it's got plaid inside, but it's also got black inside. So anyway, this sold for $50. We had it for quite a while too. And I'll tell you something, I take offers of less when we're getting out of winter. Okay, so I talked to my mom in Oregon yesterday. She said, they're supposed to have snow, or they're expecting snow, or might have snow. So it's cold there, right? Well, here today, the high in North Carolina is supposed to be 76 degrees.
Oh no!
So a large part of the country probably isn't buying things like winter clothing. So the sweaters, the sweatshirts, but especially sweaters and heavy jackets, trench coats that are more fall and winter items, I'm selling cheaper because I don't want to hold them another year. So that is a decision for you to make on your own account. Do you want to keep things and wait, 6 months until people start buying them again? Or do you want to sell them, get the money, and try to get more, summer stuff in stock with that money? That is my choice. I want to sell it, not collect it. Norm Thompson, $35. This is a nice single-breasted suit jacket. Blazer. See, what we do is we say, okay, sport coat is what we believe it is, right? Then we'll say suit coat. So see how that's suit, and then we already have coat, and then blazer. So we always try to get all three of those, whether it's a suit coat, a sport coat, or a blazer. We always try to make sure we get all three of those keywords in the listing. West Virginia Mountaineers jacket sold for $12. Not good, but we've had it for a while and it was time to get rid of it. Ralph Lauren shirt. This was a good deal for somebody. $12 for a nice Ralph Lauren shirt. We find these all the time. This had a really nice pattern, but we had it for a while and it was time to say goodbye to it, make a little money and reinvest that in the company. Same with this. We've had this a long time, but I think it got relisted. I don't know. Maybe we didn't have it that long, but this is a Ralph Lauren chaps blazer. It is wool, okay, from Nordstrom. But here's the thing about chaps, okay? Ralph Lauren came out with this, side piece brand called Chaps. Then it became its own brand, Chaps, and it just does not sell well. So $18 for a wool blazer is very, very cheap. But remember what I said. It's that time of year. We don't want to hold on to stuff like, heavy wool blazers or sports coats. And the brands that don't sell, it's time to get rid of them. If we got something that's Chaps recently, we must have gotten extremely cheap because that is not a brand that we buy. But I think that was probably just taken. We relisted a lot of stuff recently to put better pictures up. Let me show you what I mean about the pictures, right? So probably before it didn't have all the pictures, right? This is virgin wool. That's what everybody loves, right? I'm sure when we had it on before, didn't have all these great photos, and so it did not sell. So we just relisted it, and it sold for $18, which is fine. This is probably one of the things we paid 50 cents for at 50 cent day, and it did have a few areas of damage. Let me tell you something. You want to make sure that you're doing the measurements. Probably could have done more on this, but you want to make sure you're doing measurement pictures and putting measurements in all of your listings, because it really helps with returns, especially when someone does a return for INAD, which is item not as described. If you have the measurements in the item and they say, this is too small, it didn't fit, yada, 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 you can say, well, the measurements were in the listing. So then it puts it on the buyer. They should have checked the measurements. Ralph Lauren, this sold for $18.99, just a nice Ralph Lauren ladies blouse. I'm not sure what the material is, but now is the time to buy linen clothing, because people love linen, in the summertime, in spring and summer, because it keeps them cool. So linen is always a popular fabric in the warmer months. Tahari Arthur Levine. Okay, so for $17, it was worth a shot. We didn't sell it for that much, but we didn't buy it because of the brand. The brand is not a great one. We bought it because of the design, and I think that is what sold it. It's a beautiful, beautiful design on this. So that sold for $18, and literally we probably paid $1 or $2, probably $2 for it at the bins. Sold for $17, excuse me. Anthropologie Altered State dress sold for $23. We do well with Anthropologie always, so we always pick it up. Now, you have to know your brands with Anthropologie, because they have many, many, many like side piece brands. I hate saying side piece, but definitely describes it. So this is Altered State. So we know Altered State is an Anthropologie brand. So that is how we listed it. And look again at the keywords. Okay. Cocktail, right? Lace trim, all keywords that we use not only to describe the item, but to get people looking at it. Polo Ralph Lauren, khaki pants, probably paid again 50 cents for these, or got them at the bins, because we never pay full price for Ralph Lauren pants. Sold for $15. Tommy Bahama, I got this. I can't remember if I got this at the bins or if I got this at the Goodwill recently. I think I got it at the Goodwill recently. Probably paid $4.50 for it, maybe $5.50, because that's what sweaters are. And it sold for $20.01. Raffaella sweater, obviously not a great brand, but the thing that's really cool about this is it's got a great design, and it is Angora lamb's wool. So it sold for $22, even though the brand sucks. Who doesn't love polka dots? Lots of people love polka dots. The tag is gone, but somewhere on here we saw Angora lamb's wool. So they didn't take a picture of it, but anyway, that sold for $22, and literally we probably bought that at the bins for cheap. Tommy Hilfiger, this is a older Tommy Hilfiger shirt, sold for $22.79. Just a nice look. Tommy Hilfiger does not sell that well anymore for a lot of things, but it's still, I love Tommy Hilfiger brands, especially the ones that have the big, pop-in spell outs on the front, like polo shirts and stuff. Sangria dress. This is going to be a long video. I apologize for that, but we sold a lot of stuff. I hope this is helping you. That's why I do these, so I can share with you what brands are selling great, what brands aren't, and you kind of helps when I watch videos like this, it helps me look at things, see what they sold for, and go, okay, because I'm a much more visual learner. Sangria dress sold for $20. You see the keywords here, okay? Colorful, fairy, tiered boho, right? Silk. Anyway, sold for $20. $14.04, these lazy one pajamas, and I literally probably paid 50 cents for them. But check it out. Some stuff you got to get because it's so cool. Manatees. Heck yeah. Enough of that. $16.37. Eddie Bauer sweater. Yeah, we didn't really do that well with this one. It says patch. I don't know where the patches are, but when you find damage on something in your photos, it helps to not only take a photo of it, but actually point at it. My Elvis Presley cup, it's got it's missing some lettering, or, so helpful hint. J. Jill pants, 2X. So you see how the larger J. Jill stuff sells a little bit better, sold for $21.81. Her blue pants. Now, if I were out at a store and I were shopping and I saw Anchor Blue as a brand, I might not know to pick them up. So these Anchor Blue 3430, okay, they look like they're, I don't know what material they are, rayon, okay, but they sold for full price $49.99. Now, on pants, we have learned that a lot of people want the waist, the inseam, and the leg opening. So we have started taking photos of the leg opening. Let me show you another thing, okay? We have a VA help with our listings. So, and even if we didn't have a VA help with our listings, it helps us after we photograph everything. We go through, and if we want to do a listing and we can't tell, are these pants dark gray? Are they black? Are they navy blue? Are they women's? Are they men's? Well, here it says they're men's and they're black. So that helps when you take photos. If you do that, I know some people will take a photo of a scale with the item on a scale so they can see the weight. Some people do that with VAs. They will say the condition. So if you're using VAs, which VA, if you don't know, is virtual assistant. If you're using a virtual assistant to help you with your listings, the more information they have, the better. Palazzo pants, $27.36. They sold for 2XL hippie wide leg gypsy. So definitely hippie wide leg gypsy kind of look, right? You see how she lifts that up to take the photo. So it's important to take photos of tags too, because rayon, right? How would the person listing know it's rayon? Well, because there's this photo. So that's very helpful to take photos of the tags. Now I'll show you why it's very helpful to take photos of the tags. Another reason, Kings Island shirt, the Vortex coaster, sold for $15. Literally, I probably paid $1 for this. This is Kings Island, which is a park. Ride park, amusement park. Yes, there we go. Okay, so this is another reason, especially on t-shirts, if you're dealing with vintage t-shirts, right? You want to make sure that you take pictures of the tags. It's just good to take pictures of the tags, not only for help listing the items when you go to do that, but also buyer. They want to see the tags. They want to see, especially on vintage t-shirts, what kind of tag it has, if it's, Screen Stars, if it's Tennessee River, if it's all these different brands, and tags will help you date vintage t-shirts as well. Nike shirt, youth, medium, pro football. It's a youth shirt, so I sold it for $8.50 because literally it was probably a bins find, and a youth medium bins find is probably like 4 ounces, so that means it probably costs 50 cents. Vintage Olympics Amsterdam sweater. Now this is 4X, sold it for $44, but look how cool it is. You see these patches? Really neat, right? I love the bold stuff like this. And I mean, if your name starts with a B, hello, Brenda, you need this shirt. Hello, Brian, you need this shirt. So that sold for a really good price, $44. This one, Udley Editions. Now, some of this stuff, I buy it on a whim, right? I just think, I really like the way that looks. I probably paid $1 or $2 for it, and it sold for $50. This is a Udley Editions shirt, 2019, so it's not that old. It is the desktop body blood simple shirt. Now, here is the design, okay? It's like a band shirt. I still don't really know what it is, but I'm thinking it's a band shirt, and it's really cool because even with this stain, right, it still sold for $50. Look at this. That's cool, right? So that's something I'm definitely going to pick up always. Whether it has a stain or not, it's a totally cool shirt, and it sold for $50. Free People shirt sold for $18. Nice paisley design on this. I don't pick up all free people, but I'm happy with that selling for $18. We probably bought it for a couple bucks. I don't think it's something we bought at Goodwill. It might be from the bins from Salvation Army, which that stuff is always cheaper. Travis Matthews shirt, new with tag. I spent a couple bucks for this on Whatnot. Maybe it was $5. And it sold for $25. Volunteer Maryland shirt. So this sold for $20, and it's just a sailing Volunteer NASW Maryland sailboat shirt with a really cool sunflower. So if somebody loves sunflowers or gardening and sailing, that shirt was made for them. $20. $31.92 for the Grateful Dead. It's not old, right? 2023, but check it out. Great graphics, right? That is why the Grateful Dead shirts, one of the reasons why they're so popular, especially when it's liquid blue. Let me show you what liquid blue is in case you don't know. Liquid Blue is a t-shirt company that's been around for a long time, and their t-shirts, a lot of them are highly collectible and worth a lot of money, especially when it has a tag. That is screen printed on the actual shirt, but when it has a tag, they can be worth a lot of money. La Vie Boheme jacket, $25. Just a cool coat. And again, we want to get rid of these. I do, because that trench coat weather is coming to an end. Lucky Brand jeans sold for $17. Pearl Izumi jacket sold for $28. True Religion jeans sold for $30. Prana is another brand we usually do well with. This sold kind of cheap, $14.71. Gap jacket sold for $23.95. Good Gap stuff we still will buy. Older Gap stuff, especially, I will still buy. Planet Gold shirt sold for full asking price, $24.99. Now, this is ruffled tiered maxi boho indie ombre gypsy. Good keywords, right? And you can see right there what it looks like. We take all the pictures of it. Cinch jeans sold for $20. Cinch is like a rodeo brand. A lot of rodeo cowboys wear Cinch. Bull Zanello sweater. Lamb's wool turtleneck. Now, the only reason we got this, lamb's wool, Italy, sold for $22. Hot Topics, not really a brand that we look for. Hot Topic shirt, we do pretty well with Hot Topic stuff. This is a fishnet shirt. How cool is that, right? Look, my photographer there, Betsy, is showing that it's totally see-through, right? Very good job, Betsy. Sold for $23.74. Polo Ralph Lauren waffle knit sold for $16. Simply Southern, not a brand we get anymore. Simply Southern, unless we get it at the bins and it's a cool design, Simply Southern just does not sell. We will pick up some for our brick and mortar store and sell them for like $5, $10, but that's about it. Pendleton sweater, $24. Pendleton is a great brand. We always pick up Pendleton stuff pretty much no matter what it is, if the price is right. Brooks Brothers sweater, $22. Oh, this one came back. We refunded them, but it is merino wool. We'll sell it again, no problem. $13.07 Pendleton shirt. That is cheap, right? Cheap. I think that I had it on sale for like 60% off because we've had it for, 30% off. We've had it for a while. So only sold for $13.07. Bargains, guys. If you want bargains on eBay, go to Poochie's Pickers. That is our name. Poochie's Pickers, Poochie's Pack. Columbia jacket sold for $15, and Abercrombie & Fitch Crazy Chicken Fixins shirt. Look how cool that is. Crazy A's Chicken and Fixins. Let's go now. Okay, I want to show you something first that I promised you. Okay, this video is getting really long, but the fee calculator. So if you go to ebayfeescalculator.com, okay, ebayfeescalculator.com, then you will come to this eBay fees calculator. You can send everything. You can say, okay, my sold price is $35. Shipping charge is this. The item cost me $4. Shipping cost is this, blah, 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 blah. And it's going to show you, where is it? It's going to show you down here your profit. Okay. You click the category, you click sales tax, you click everything, and it will show you your profit right here. So it sold for $35, and with all these fees, hey, you're going to get $23.99. This is what sales tax is. This is what your eBay fee was, right? Then put in promoted ad rate. So say you're doing 8%, then your profit is going to be $26.68. So eBay fees calculator, you want to make sure that the stuff you're selling, you're not losing money on. Okay. So if you're not really good with eBay fees, then you want to go here. Now it says the last update, August 15th, 2024. So it's not going to have the latest eBay fee increase in it because eBay just increased their fees, but it will get you very, very close. And the eBay fee increase was not really that much. So let's go to Poshmark now. Let's see how we did on Poshmark, right? Brooks Brothers, just a simple long sleeve shirt. We sell these like bread and butter all the time. Brooks Brothers. We find a lot of them here in our area. Sold for $18. This is a bundle of 3 items. Let's see what it is. So it is a bundle of J. Crew jacket and 2 Monster Jam youth shirts, which we've had forever. Sold for $50. Gimmicks by BKE, which is the Buckle brand sweater, sold for $18. We didn't have that long, and I believe I got that at the bins. Cavu shirt. I think we'd had that quite a while. Cavu is not a brand that we buy. So it sold for $11, and I was happy to get rid of it. Bundle, 9 item bundle. So this is awesome. We sold the J. McLaughlin shirt, 14 Labrador sweater, which is really cool. It just had a Labrador dog on the front. Now, here's the thing, guys. People love their dogs. I love my dogs. So a Labrador sweater, a Cocker Spaniel sweater, a Scotty dog sweater, they always sell for me. So I always pick them up if it's something that has a certain dog that I know is a Jack Russell Terrier or, you know, a dog that's very popular. I will pick these up. Atlanta Braves shirt, kind of an old school Atlanta Braves shirt. Madewell sweater, Gymshark sweater, which is really cool. I just picked that up, I think, on Whatnot, and I probably paid like $5 for it. So that was a good deal. Hollister shirt. Hollister is a brand we do not pick up. Madewell is a brand we usually don't pick up unless it's super cheap or it's something really, really good. And J. McLaughlin, we don't pick it up. So Hollister sold for $10. Woolrich shirt sold for $18. We're careful what we pick up in Woolrich also. Another Hollister sweater. Very happy to get rid of that. Anthropology cloth and stone shirt sold for $21. So let me show you this though. I want to show you this, right? Remember how I told you earlier that Anthropology has a lot of sub-brands? Okay, so you look at this and it's cloth and stone. Unless you know, you would not know that that's a Anthropology side piece brand. It's Anthropology adjacent. Let's go on to see what else we sold on Poshmark. I think that's our last bundle. So Rowm, R-O-W-M sweatshirt, not a brand we pick up anymore, but this was new with tags, sold for $22. Harley shirt. We're really careful what we pick up as far as Harley anymore because I've noticed on Whatnot it sells pretty good, but when we put it on eBay and it's got a higher price, or Poshmark doesn't really sell that well. So this one sold for $15 and I was very happy with that. I probably paid $1 or $2. Academics jeans. This is a Y2K brand that we do well with. Sold for $36. And let me show you the way we're photographing these now. We've started photographing these. We used to photograph jeans a completely different way. Okay, now when we have some that are kind of wide leg, I watched a video by Big Yumbo, and he has so much knowledge as far as clothing. So he was talking about how kids nowadays, you know, the youngsters like the wide baggy legs, right? Which, yeah, but in order to accentuate in your photos the baggy legs, you take them like this. We have started taking our photos a completely different way. And you see how Betsy gets all right. She'll get everything, every little tab, every little funky. Got to get a close up of the butt. Then that AKD up there. Yeah, she got a picture of that. All the tags, everything. So they sold for $36. But the reason we take pictures like that now is to accentuate how wide the legs are. We used to like fold the legs and make it look like the pants were running, which we still do on some. Some it still looks good on, but here's some Gap pants that sold for $22. They are, check out the keywords on this: cherry red, velvet, wide leg, boho, peasant, casual. This is a gun shirt. This is I shoot like a girl. Sold for $26. These, it looks like they were canceled, I believe. I think these we couldn't find. I think the buyer probably canceled this. That's the thing when you have a store and you have several places where your items are. It gets a little crazy when you get up to around, well, we're over 8,000 items now. So when you get up to over 8,000, I think we're over 8,000, maybe 7, I don't know. And then we have a completely different inventory for Whatnot, and our, super sales at the people may have tons more. But when you start doing thousands and thousands and thousands of items, the percentage of you misplacing items, misnumbering, there's so many things that can go wrong. So, we've had a couple that we've just lost in the store. Like these jeans, I think they're somewhere. We have it down to where when things sell on other platforms, we're very good at taking them off because we have things at the store. We have things on eBay, okay? Poshmark, Mercari, Depop, thebins.net. I think that's it. But that's a lot of places to have items. So we have to really keep track of what sells where. So we don't have things like this where we have to cancel an order because that sucks. Detroit Red Wings sweatshirt sells for $22. Coolabar shirt. Hoodie. It's a long hoodie. Beach swim cover up. Okay. The keywords are crazy. $31. Rising International jacket, sold for, okay, let me show you this because this is really cool. This is really cool. So this is not something that we bought because of the brand. The brand may be a great brand, but we got this because of the design. And I believe we got it at the bins. Rising International jacket, women's 4XL, cottagecore, tunic, hoodie, boho. Okay, all keywords to use. Keywords are very important. So let's do a few more and then we will end this video. Now, the reason I've gone on so long in this video is because I feel like the more you learn, the better off you are. The more that's in here, the more that's going to be in your wallet. Okay, Stetson jeans. Rhinestone denim sold for $20. Stetson is a very popular hat, right? They're a hat brand, but they also sell jeans. These are some cool jeans right here. These are, again, baggy. You see, she took the picture. I always like to here's the front. We used to always put the picture on the front or make the picture of the front be the main photo. Now I don't. I like to, on jeans like this, put the back so everybody wants to see the butt. When you wear good jeans, everybody wants to see the butt of the jeans. So that's what I do, especially when there's some bling on those pockets, those back pockets. Oh yeah, everybody wants to see that. Charles Tyrwhitt, this used to be a great brand for us. It is not so much anymore, but I still pick them up if they are super cheap. Now, if they are at our Goodwill, they're going to end up costing us about $4.50, including tax. I'm not going to pick them up because they don't sell that well anymore. Same with Tailorbird. Tailorbird is another brand that we used to do well with, but it has slipped off. So this one, however, sold for $19, and we've obviously had it for a while. Speaking of brands that have slipped off, Orvis is probably my number one brand that has slipped off and fallen. This is a merino wool pullover Orvis sweater, only sold for $15. Nudes pants, $26. Nudes is a good brand. This is a couple of North Face shirts. Not sure if those are women or men's. women's. Sold for $31 for both of them. I'm fine with that. Carolina Panthers shirt. Another thing we're doing is we're getting rid of our NFL stuff now. We have all of our NFL stuff in our brick and mortar store at 25% off, 50% off, or 75% off because we want to get rid of it before the season is over and the Super Bowl is coming up this weekend. So now is the time. LuLaRoe shirt. We do not buy LuLaRoe anymore, but this says no excuses, so maybe that's why we bought it. Sold for $15. Comeback Kids shirt sold for $15. Horse riding Grim Reaper probably would have sold for more. Y2K 90s era, but the design looks like it's very faded. Let's see. Yeah, the design is very faded, but it's a really cool one, right? You see the Grim Reaper on the Grim Horse, I guess. Dimdaco shawl. I do not know if that is how you pronounce it. Animal print leopard, viscose, linen poncho, new with tags, all the good keywords that you want. Sold for $26. St. John sweater. St. John is a good brand to look for. $32. Jill jeans. Here you have all the jeans keywords that you want. You want denim, bootcut, whiskered, button fly, regular, etc. Whatever. All the keywords you want. Denim, carpenter, workwear. These Wrangler carpenter jeans sold for $18. Wells Fargo sweatshirt. It's a vintage Lee sweater. So let me show you what this looks like. I know this video is going forever, but I'm finding so much to teach you. So it's really cool with the Wells Fargo logo, right? But then it's vintage Lee. So those are two good things about this. And it sold for $22. Citizens of Humanity pants sold for $22. Ralph Lauren shirt, $20. It is plus size. Purple bell sleeves, boxy, peasant, all the keywords again. Lucky brand jeans sold for $20. This got canceled. I'm not sure why. Gap jacket. These got canceled too. I'm not sure why these got canceled unless they were in a bundle and somebody canceled their entire bundle. Army Navy jeans sold for $23. Zoo York shirt sold for $15. Again, this stuff we probably literally paid hardly anything for because the off brands we do not pay for, like Eddie Bauer, especially AKA Eddie Bauer, even if they're wool, okay, we would only pay probably $1 for them or less. We have two thrift stores here that do quarter day. One does quarter day, one does 50-cent day. We have a Ben's that's like an hour and 45 minutes away that we do go to. So just, we have a lot of places to get things cheap where we can go every week. Even though today we're going to a normal Goodwill store, which should be fun. Jane and Delancey shirt, new with tag, $27. BC Ethic jacket, $28. Pendleton pants, $22. Adidas jacket, $17. Adidas is hit and miss. Some of it's great, some of it's not. Levi's 511 jeans. We pick up Levi's when they're cheap. All kinds of Levi's when they're cheap. Mountain Hardwear jacket, Pendleton jacket for $27. Mountain Hardwear sold for $25. Carhartt scrub tops. Carhartt makes scrubs like surgical hospital scrubs. Sold for $17. Mountain Hardwear pants sold for $20. So that is going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped you. I know it was very long, but sometimes getting information or knowledge just bam, 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 like sold for this, sold for this, sold for this, buy this, stay away from this, really helps me. So I figured maybe it would help someone else. That means you. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, we like to keep it real here. When stuff is not worth buying, then we tell you, stay away from this. So today, the stay away from brand, I'm going to have to go with Cato. Don't buy anything Cato in women's clothes. Cato is kind of like a plus size fashion, but it is not resellable plus size fashion. It's a popular store, but stay away from all Cato stuff. Remember, the most important thing is buying stuff that people want and buying it at the right price. So buy low, sell high, subscribe is our motto here. Make sure you like the video, click the little bell icon so you can be notified when we do more. And guys, we'll see you on the next one.